Bringing you Game 1 momentarily. Somewhere between the shores of France and England, this critical battlefield is the stage for a clash of enemy fleets. This idyllic setting will soon be shattered by the thunder of guns and flash of explosions, as only one fleet can be victorious. This is Sea of Fortune. Sea of Fortune is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the extreme left, B is in the center, and C is on the far right. The A cap is surrounded by islands, but offers virtually no cover within the cap itself. The aforementioned islands provide plenty of places for friendly radar cruisers to conceal themselves, making aggressive destroyer plays into the cap early in the game very risky and frequently suicidal. A narrow passage past a picturesque castle links Cap A and Cap B in the center. There are only 4 ways in and out of the B cap, 1 in each cardinal direction, and no cover inside. The islands near the cap are commonly used as shelter by defending cruisers, who find themselves in turn the primary targets of enemy battleships. Cap C is possibly the easiest cap for destroyers to contest, but that doesn't make it any less dangerous. Wide open to the north and south with a connecting passage to Cap B to the west, ships caught on the cap by enemy radar have nowhere to hide and must vacate the cap or be destroyed. Control of Sea of Fortune can swing very quickly because of how close the capture points are to one another, and the narrow gap between A and B makes defending one cap from the other almost trivial. Teams that allow the action to shift from a north-south axis to an east-west one may find they have an uphill battle to climb. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Sea of Fortune. All right. You ready to get going, Zath?
Just about.
Okay, let me know.
All right, here we go.
All right, looking down the list here, RQL has opted for a Kuryu, Montana, Yamato, very cruiser-heavy lineup here. Double Worcester, double Zhao, Stalingrad, and a single Grozvoy.
Enemy force detected.
And on the TNG side of things, we've got a Zhao, Hindenburg, Yamato that are heading kind of, pretty much due east. Got a Groz and Minotaur that are heading towards B. And Yamato, Worcester, and Zhao heading towards A. Very interesting that there's only a 1 destroyer line.
Indeed. As you would expect, both teams look like they're going for an AC split pretty early here. Somebody's already into B. Who is that, Zath? It's got to be your Groz.
Yeah, it's Synpax and the Groz.
That is super ballsy for him to be up there this early, but I assume that he's just banking on the fact that spotting him will be challenging. He's got a lot of fighter cover. Yeah, right there on the, on the 6-7 line between B and C. As Rockte's Grozvoy spotted by fighters on the northern end of C.
Yep.
Now, one thing I note about RQL's comp, they've obviously come loaded for bear with the HE, right? Double Zhao, double Worcester. They are all in on being able to pick off these things, pick off their big capital ships, and just burn them down.
Yeah, and it looks like TNG is going for more of the mixed setup, especially with the Minotaur there. I think that they're trying more for area.
Really excellent carrier cover here early from Sav Heroes Hakuryu to let Synpax sneak in Cap B. You do not normally see a destroyer stick his nose into B that early, but Synpax went right in there and just took care of business right up, and TNG out to a small early lead here.
Yep. By the way, your microphone keeps clicking out at the very end of what you're saying, so I don't know what that is, but just. I was going to say that part of the reason why the Synpax is able to cap B is because he's got the Grozvoy with its defensive fire. You want to spot me? Fine. You're going to lose 3 planes.
I may be letting up on the button too fast. We'll check it. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll try to be more deliberate about it here.
No worries. I just realized I need to, redo my mods or something because my tab screen isn't working and I don't have my side marker thing. So, who knows?
Day 2 technical problems. Welcome to King of the Sea, kids.
You got it.
Well, right now, I will say that RQL's carrier is doing a brilliant job of denying spotting to... I'm sorry, TNG's carrier is doing a brilliant job of denying spotting to RQL. We couldn't see anybody there for a bit. The Zhao, way over on the 9 line, is the only ship we have eyes on as Synpax rotates into A.
Yeah, although the Zao on the 2 line's about to get detected as well.
Well,
The key is the booster placement. If you look at where those 2 boosters are on the RQL side, they're pretty much blocking any sort of fighter movement through those crucial areas.
it's true. They're very much denying that Grozovoy up there. Of course, he has murderous AA, and then he's also got a Wooster backing him up at pretty close range there on the southern edge of the A cap. So yeah, that's a really, really good ship placement for TNG.
Goliath taking some hits there in the Montana. He's at 2/3 health now, repairing a little.
Synpax here just sitting in the cap circle. I'm just really shocked. He's just kind of trolling this cap circle, spotted, presumably by these bombers.
Radared, isn't he?
Yeah, must be radared. He's just now smoking. I think he was literally just sitting out there waiting for the radar to end, and now that the radar's over, now he's smoking.
It's an interesting decision. He's going to trade an awful lot of his hit points for the hope that he can get the cap right.
Well, he is a Grozovoy. He does have a heal, so, I mean, you know, it's not a horrible trade.
Yeah, but his engines are out right now, which means he can't back into A cap right away.
I wondered
So-
why he was off the cap.
Yep, he slid out of the cap because he lost his engines. Now he's going to back into it. The problem is it's going to take a while for him to get in there.
Indeed.
So that whole decision that he did there, he traded away a lot of hit points for really no gain.
RQL has rotated their Grozovoy back to the top end of B as he reverses stern into the cap, backed up at very close range by Duke's Wooster here, looking to flip that
Yeah,
cap
he just
over.
got spotted.
Well, the Wooster did for sure.
No, the Minotaur is radaring Black Tree right now, so
Okay.
he's been detected. And
They don't have
F3
anybody who has
press
shots on him, though.
Maybe. No,
Maybe.
maybe the Yamato
No.
blinks if he's.
I think the Yami's pushing up to try. He probably just now has shots, but I think I just saw him blew a salvo into the island, so they're going to lose B for this. Rock T smokes up now as Duke moves in very, very close. Duke will be moving into the top end of the cap as well.
Not a bad idea. Here comes some shots from the Yamato. Duke has been spotted, but the Yamato is shooting yours.
Whoa!
13 he's
Damn!
gone. Whoa!
BBAP versus Destroyers, totally balanced here on Sea of Fortune.
Legendary.
Goodness gracious. Well, Duke is going to have cover here for a little bit to harass Prime's Yamato, but it's not going to last. They're calling for focus fire on Prime. I'm not sure who can really do much. The Wooster, the Yami, and the Stalingrad are the only 3 ships that RQL has on the entire eastern half of the map. Everybody else is over on the 2-3 line.
That Stalingrad got chunked a little bit too. He's kind of forced to run back.
He is. He's kiting way over here at the northern end of the 10 line.
Big hit. That white bar of death on Jelly Dome.
Yeah, big hit on the Jelly Zhao.
Salvo.
Yeah, big hit on that Zhao.
That was a risky maneuver going broadside like that. I'm assuming it's because he wants to reposition. He probably should have gone the other way, turning right instead of left and sailing away and then getting in. Would have been the safer pick.
Yamato Shell's now hunting for Jelly, but they're going to fall astern of him. ZHS did not lead that salvo quite enough as the Zhao maneuvers out of it. RQL down a ship here with 7.5 minutes gone on Sea of Fortune, but up a cap. They're closing that gap. It's about 30 points down. Pretty static over here on the 2-3 line, Zath. I don't see a whole lot going. I don't think they're going to be able to make a push over here. That Wooster is just nestled in like a tick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got the Grozovoy trying right now. He's got Torps coming for the Wooster, but the Wooster's probably not going to take him. He's pretty...
You're talking about Duke's Wooster at the top end of B?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yep,
Duke's
Synpax
Wooster.
is spotted now. The Torps are well spotted by fighter cover.
Some more shots from the Yamato on the Zhao. No dice. Max range. LOL.
TNG trying to work the bottom end of B, trying to get back into the cap. RQL's 00 Duke here is kind of the only defensive ship that can assist RQL in holding this cap right now, and he's staring a Minotaur and a Grozovoy right in the face. I'm really
I gotta say,
surprised that they haven't rotated somebody back off the 1 or 3 lines yet. There's a lot of ships over there, and they really need the help over here.
Just going to comment on that. The Zal just appeared. He's at 1,100 hit points. Murph Daddy. He's trying to come back in and help, but he might get punished for it. Duke is going down. He's at 14k.
Duke is getting heavily focused here on the top end of B. They realize if they can pop him off the board, that will free up Synpax to get back in and recap B. But they've got to keep Duke spotted.
One of the key differences is that the Wooster over there, Cowboy, has flank shots on him and arcing over. So Duke is probably gone here.
Now let's see. He's trying to get up for some cover here. He's got some cover now from the Hindenburg and the Zal over on the 8-9 line, but he's still in this duel with this Minotaur. He could really use some help from this Minotaur. The Montana could probably help him out. No, the Monty has no shot from his position.
This is a common mistake we see with Woosters going bow.
I don't know, man, but Duke definitely needs help with it with the B cap, and he's not getting it right now. RQL up barely 50 points now as Synpax does finally get into the bottom end of B to start flipping that critical cap back over in TNG's favor.
Yep. Cowboy is smelling blood, trying to get some shots over. He's just barely missing at maximum.
Well, the loss of their Grozovoy leaves RQL in a really rough position here. They're going to have a struggle of a time trying to... I mean, right now they know where Synpax is. In theory, if they still had their Grozovoy, they could shove him back into A and countercap. But, I mean, it might be tough, but they could try it. They can't even do that right now because he's gone.
Yeah. Here comes some AP shots in on the Groz.
Ooh, nice hit on Synpax there.
I think that was the Montana?
I think it was Montana shells. Montana probably about the only one with that angle right there.
Yeah.
Now, Synpax is in a really weird position here, right? Because, ooh, Duke down to 4,200 now as the Yamato pins him solidly through the bow. He's probably going to be the next casualty.
Yeah. Paladin's got great positioning here. Nothing really threatening him at this point. And he can just lob those shells right over the island. Here they...
I think what's just really shocking me, right, Seth? We've talked about it. RQL's board position at the east is so tenuous. There goes Duke finally.
There he goes.
And we've seen it for several minutes now, and it doesn't seem like they've noticed. I mean, and if they have, they haven't been redeploying forces to adapt.
It's almost like they were told, get the flank. And then they weren't told anything after that by whoever's... So they don't know what to do. And they probably don't want to take the time to, switch back over to the other side and rotate, when that's what really they need to do. Had they done that, like, 5 minutes ago, this battle would be unfolding very differently.
Yeah, ZHS, of course, the next casualty there, trying to charge a Grozovoy at close range. Grozo's torps were up, and that ends badly. RQL down 3 ships and a cap here. 8 minutes to play, but it does not look good for them right now.
Yep. Synpax getting some desperation torpedo bomber drops on him. Might take one here.
He does take one. But some really, really solid fighter cover again from Sav Hero. We see him doing great work with those Hakuryu fighters covering his team.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, the boys at A are pushing through A, or at least around A.
Pushing around A. Why don't they get into A? Get into A and stop the points gain, guys. Come on. Well, we're seeing a battleship push. I mean, we're always talking in this game, battleship get up front and push with your HP, right? Well, that's what Goliath's doing, but I think in the end it's going to cost him his ship.
He hasn't been punished for it yet. As,
not extremely bad.
No. I mean, well, we're going to see it in a little bit. As soon as the Yamato pops around the... Stalingrad AP just came in and whacked the Minotaur a little bit, so now they're pinging the minimap saying, watch this guy.
I don't feel like they deployed their Stalingrad very effectively this match either. I feel like there was a lot of other options they could have taken with him. He's getting whacked now by the Yamato.
He's got a broadside shot on the Zao, but he's choosing to wait for the Montana. I disagree with this. Kill the Zao. Here we go. Here we go.
TNG seconds from victory here on Sea of Fortune in Game 1 of the match. Who's going to die first? Is it Goliath or Murph Daddy or Baby Seal Clubber? It's going to be Seal Clubber. There he goes.
As the Zao manages to get around, no problem. Goliath now going to get killed as he backs up and...
There it goes.
And that's it.
TNG claims Game 1 here on Sea of Fortune.
Look at the Wooster shooting down plane. Wow.
Goodness gracious. You know, we talked about Sav Hero doing a great job with fighter cover, but man, those Woosters just ate up a lot of his planes, didn't they?
Well, that's the thing. Like, you stray into the anti-air bubble, even the long range, and you're losing at least one plane automatically. So every time that happens, and boy, when you play carrier, that happens quite easily because there's no way of knowing exactly where that bubble extends to.
It's true. It's tough.